All right, let me see. If I was going to reevaluate some of those plays, not all these plays are on there. But Black Sky, yes. But I also, Rocket Lab, RDW. Rocket Lab and RDW, if I was going to choose over Black Sky, probably would choose Rocket Lab, RDW. Aurora, that's a win. And then those mining ones. See, knock TMQ. We are waiting on the approvals of the project. Knock has to get through this veto. But I think all that's going to happen because NB, if I would have said just yesterday when I was rambling about NB possibly getting Pentagon money, nobody would have believed me. But then today that happened. So if NB can get this Pentagon money, investment money like MP, why wouldn't NOC and TMQ get approved? NG, that's a good one. That's a gold mine. OMEX and TMC. I like TMC better than OMEX, but OMEX is also drilling stuff. I don't know what I wrote there. Gevo? Gevo's just a long wait. Gevo makes me depressed, honestly, but the pipeline, they need this pipeline, and I feel like the pipeline's going to go in. But Gevo is also something that it's supposed to make you feel good about yourself. Gevo and Plug. So those are kind of like charity investments, you could say. And then ARCT, TRA. Those would be biotech bets I'm waiting on. And ARCT, they have sales and all. So in other countries too. But I still think ARCT and TRA are going to get something from Kennedy. But biotech is a very, 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 very long game of waiting until these motherfuckers get something like an approval or funding or money from the government, stuff like that. But TRA and ARCT still fond of, Oxygen fond of, Humusite, love it. And Compass, some biotechs might take a bit of a hitter because of this tariff thing, but I don't even think they know what they're talking about with the tariffs and biotechs because so much shit comes from India, but not Humusite. That's going to be in America. Same with Iova. And then B-Fly is a device. B-Fly, I'd also add Hyper to this, HYPR. But B-Fly is still obviously, OPTT. Philip had news today. What did Philip do? He made some kind of sale. OPTT, I'm very confident. I don't care what they look like. What was the thing they just did? They literally just had some buoy sale. I'm not even worried about OPTT. And then Plug Power, I like it. Peraso, Peraso, I think they can do things, for sure. They have the patent on that military communication. And they had the one sale. Well, not one sale. They've sold a lot of those systems. Millions. But they had a defense partner, and they can't talk about who the defense partner is. It's supposed to be secret. And then some people said it could eventually be NATO. That's what OPTT. They teamed up to enable an autonomous hull maintenance by integrating Everclean with our WAMV USV. We're unlocking persistent, eco-friendly hull grooming. No support vessel required. Cleaner ships, greener oceans. So they have a teaming up with Green CLQ. See, their technology is going to be picked up and used by fishing companies, defense, surveillance countries. Already they have that. And so I say OPTC. ONS for sure. ONS is doing amazing. Hover, they got the Canadian $1 million. Now they're up to $3.4 million from the Canadian federal government. And then Buru is awaiting. Everything waiting on that, whatchamacallit, acquiring Techni. And I think they'll do it because they keep saying they're going to, and everything's going smoothly. But if Buru does not acquire Techni and it falls through, that would be very unfortunate. Money lost, for sure. Everything is riding on Buru acquiring Techni.